Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the X Fan Show Afternoon Delight. I am one of your hosts, Dirty, and the guy sitting next to me, dude looks tired, or maybe he is still in trouble from Tuesday. I don't know. But the one, the only, the man in Arlington, Texas.
What?
When you move, those headphones go crazy.
I'm in Houston, but the A train Arlington Lane is alive. I'm here, and you see, I'm free.
I thought you were in Arlington.
Free. No, I'm not in Arlington.
So let's explain. So apparently, I didn't cause any controversy the other day, like normally. Somebody else caused some controversy. You did, my friend. Good morning.
I did.
You caused some controversy.
I did.
And who kind of got yelled at by somebody?
I did. Like, we arguing and stuff. Like, I didn't want to have no argument. But
look, I told you not to say it.
You're right. You're right.
You know, look, how many times have I gotten in trouble on this show for saying something stupid?
More than me.
Right. So finally, Arlington gets in trouble for saying something stupid. Finally, the professional one gets in trouble for saying something stupid.
I to this day will still say what I said wasn't dumb.
Well, listen, did you get a letter from a certain corporation?
I did.
So, I mean, I think what you said was kind of dumb. Here, you know what I'm going to do, partner, because I love you so much.
Let me read it.
I am going to turn over the entire screen to you, and I'm going to back out. I'm even going to mute my microphone just so I can revel.
Oh, my God. I can't believe you're doing this right now.
You ready, sir? Here you go.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, don't try to play it off. Say what you said. Tell what you said on Tuesday.
Okay. So I had criticized the XFL for social media content, not knowing that someone was hired for that position that same day. And I went on a bit of a rant on why they should do better. On Tuesday. It was on Tuesday. And I want to apologize to this person genuinely. I guess I get to feel small, right? In this case, yeah, because I kind of do. And I want to apologize for me going off on this person. I did not know that this person was initially hired and that they were already on task to doing what they were supposed to do. I'm not going to refer to this person by name, but I hope this person is watching today.
They are.
It's just know that it is in the league office, and I'm very honest about what I'm about to say. I'm sorry that I did go off on you and not knowing that you were just getting a part of the team. And I hope that we can let bygones be bygones. I know you'll do a tremendous job at what you'll do. And yes, Dirty, thank you. And I'm sorry. And I won't do that anymore. At least
read your apology.
Excuse me?
Read your apology.
I have to read it. God, I hate you for this. I really do.
Hey, you've made me do this, so finally I get to gloat into it.
Hello. I co-host the X-Fan show about the XFL. There were some social media criticisms directed at the league, and I was ill-informed about your arrival, hiring with the league as his digital content creator. Comments I made was coming from a fan's perspective. So I want to apologize about those comments. I'm not here to bash the league because I just want the league to succeed the best way possible.
And what happened after that?
I did get a response.
Ooh, read the response.
Hello, Arlington. I wasn't aware, but please know that there's nothing I want more than to see the XFL succeed. That's why I'm back. So the person is part of the league now and was a part of the league then. You have many passionate people working behind the scenes to pull it all together, and appreciate your enthusiasm as well. That was the response.
So now you don't feel so much in trouble like you got into. Finally, Arlington finally got into trouble. I didn't. I mean, I know Arlington's going to have something that he's going to gloat on me later on in the show that I did. Yes, Sandy, he was a very bad boy. But Arlington, what that takes from me, right, is that they are listening to the fans. You guys, we are being heard as the fans. You fans are being heard as the fans. Just because they're not telling us everything like we did and like they did in 2020 doesn't mean there's not things in the work and big things in the work. And like Arlington said, Arlington, like you've said, let the cookies bake. Let the cookies bake. And you took cookies out early before they were done and had a bad cookie.
I guess so.
What do you mean you guess so? You had a bad cookie.
I guess so.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. You want me to do my thing or you want to do it later?
We'll do it later.
Okay. Oh, look at you. You hate it. Look at you seething. Seething. But Arlington, guess what? 5 days away. More cookies. Second batch of cookies come out.
Yes. We've learned, hey, a lot more of those town halls are coming.
Cookies.
Excuse me. Let me reiterate what they're called now.
Okay.
They're called local activation events.
Yes, and I actually like that name. Again, what have we been saying on this show for months? Actually, since we've started the Afternoon Delight show. We have saying this is a movie production, right? We said this is a movie production. When you produce something and you produce it, right? You activate, correct?
Exactly.
Brett's going, this better be good. Hey, fella.
I'll listen to what he got to say. Go ahead. You don't move my needle.
But, so they are activating things. We have 3 big local activation events, one in St. Louis, one in San Antonio, and then dropping yesterday was Dallas.
Arlington.
Oh, that's right. My bad. I'm mad. Yes, he does love you, Brett. Brett, you missed his apology. Brett, you need to go back and watch the show because Arlington got in trouble.
You got to go back. You got to go to YouTube
Tuesday.
to watch the apology.
He got in trouble on Tuesday, Brett. It wasn't me this time. It wasn't me. Anyways. So let's kind of look at it. If you look at the St. Louis one, right? It says that Coach Beck and XFL President Russ Brandon will be present here in the St. Louis one, right?
What'd he do? Yeah.
Oh, no, my bad. Orlando is on Monday. Now.
Oh, so wait a minute. So Orlando kicks off the whole thing?
Orlando and St. Louis. Well, they're all at the same time, just different time zones. So they all start at 5, but in Orlando. Yes. Arlington, yes, Brett. Arlington needs a babysitter because he's constantly getting us in trouble.
Apparently so. I'm the one that's getting yelled at now.
Well, think about it. The St. Louis and the Arlington one starts at 5 o'clock, right?
Okay.
Orlando starts at 6 o'clock. What time is that? It's 5 o'clock here.
5 o'clock. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. 5 o'clock here. So, so you look at St. Louis, you see Russ Brandon's coming and you see Coach Beck, right? If you look at the Orlando one, which I'm actually trying to find it, it says Coach. Who is the coach there for Orlando? Is that
Terrell Buckley? I'm sorry. I've seen some tweets now about these town halls, and then both people are racing where they're supposed to be at.
Yeah, exactly. Because you don't.
I saw that. I'm sorry, that was funny to me.
Brett, we're gonna get to that. Brett, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that because that's a good question.
Okay, there it is. There's one of them.
So okay, but Orlando. So like, if you're looking, it says Coach Buckley and XFL people, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm not saying this. I'm just speculating it just by the one I saw in St. Louis. Mm-hmm. But if you're in Orlando, who lives in Orlando? Arlington.
Dany.
So,
lives in the Florida area, yeah.
Wouldn't you expect Dany to possibly be at the one in Orlando?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Right?
Right.
Now, think about it. And then Texas, it says Bob Stoops and XFL people, right? Who stays in Texas an awful lot?
What you mean?
What big name person do you know that stays in Texas a lot? That might have a residency nearby a former WWE superstar named Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Right. You're talking The Rock, right?
So if you're getting Russ Brandon here, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You may get
Dany in Orlando. I don't know for sure. I'm just speculating by this one of St. Louis. So you might get Dany for Orlando, and then you might get The Rock for Arlington.
All right. So let me let y'all in on a bit of a skinny. The reason this time around, I know we talk about 2020 and why everybody was so inviting. This iteration is totally different. You do not want everybody there. That's why they did not want it posted online about it, because if you read it, which a lot of you guys don't, calling y'all out on it, it said invite only. So if you didn't receive it, it means you just didn't get it. And I know a lot of huddle members are getting it. Also,
look, I didn't get one.
Wait. Also, the XFL is in the position of hiring somebody that handles all of the emails.
Keep going. I gotta take something. Somebody's calling me. Hold on.
Okay. They're also dealing with about the emails. And so because that the emails have not all come out, and I know you guys are trying to get your invitations and so you can RSVP. A lot of people are not going to be able to attend these events right now until they're able to get someone to handle those emails and get all that information back out there, because there is a gig outside in the XFL. If you do go to their career page, they're looking for somebody that can handle, a manager to handle all of those emails right now. So if you haven't got it, because I haven't received it, and that's fine right now. I'm okay with that.
Sorry about that, Arlington.
Those that are huddle members, I had to actually re-sign. You may have to do that, because again, this is about a different. This is different ownership.
Right. Okay. Now, since Bert's saying it, they said they need to hire Bert to handle their social media. It would be fire. Dany would give me a shot, hon. Now, I didn't want to talk about it just yet because we were still going to talk about the happy hours. And I agree with everything that you just said, Arlington. Look, and you guys can sit here and say that we're kissing the league's ass and all that stuff. That's fine. I don't care anymore. I really don't. Maybe we are, maybe we're not. I mean, look, the whole first 5 minutes of our show was that we got in trouble with the league, and Arlington had to make an apology to the league, basically. And that means if Arlington gets in trouble, that means I get in trouble. So we had to make an apology to the league the first 5 minutes of our show, right? It's basically what it is. So we know the league's watching. We hear about it, okay? They said in that, well, how do you say that, Arlington? Axios, whatever the hell it is.
That summit, the deal makers summit that they were at yesterday.
Yes.
Axios.
Dany said The Rock's total followers, 450 million followers. That's who they're going for. They're not going for the XFL faithful, like us, the people that watch this show and stuff like that, right? I got to know what Arlington got in trouble for. Just go watch the first 5 minutes of the show, Brett. You'll find out what Arlington got in trouble for.
All you got to do is go back to YouTube and go back to the beginning, and you'll know what it is.
You'll know. Go back to Tuesday's show. You'll find out why he got in trouble. But anyways, I love it.
I did it for you, Brett. I did it for you, man. Put it like that. I did it for you, man.
Look, so we got to look at it this way. They don't. I mean, look. I'm not saying that they don't care about us. I'm just saying, what the hell did you do to your camera? They are just going after the Rock's faithful.
Yes.
That's who they're going for. I mean, why do you think? Look, what did you see about Black Adam? Black Adam got a lot of terrible reviews, right? I've seen people say they loved it. I've seen people say they hate it, right? I'll give you a spoiler. I can't wait for Black Adam 2 because of a certain individual coming back to beat the Black Adam's ass. Hot water. So, Arlington drinking cold water. I'm drinking hot water. So, that's who they're going for. Yeah, they're going to cater to us fans, us diehard XFL fans. They're going to cater to you guys, but they're going for the Rocks. They're going for that 450 million. That's who they're going for.
And then they're also, you have to remember, as much as 2020 was about the game, and they're going to implement about the game, this is about the entertainment value. Remember what we said before on this show, and the first lady of XFL has always jumped on it with us, and the same thing has been said. This is nothing but a movie. This is about movie production type entertainment.
Yes, 100%. 100%. You heard what Dany said in her Axios interview. She says, we got things that are being built. We got content that is being built. You heard Dean Dalton say, they've been filming Player 54. You heard Dany say, we are been filming stuff. We are producing this stuff. You heard her say it. And I know that the fans, we have been wanting stuff left and right from the beginning. But this is actually how you do it. You give them stuff. But can they?
No, and they can't. That's the thing. Put that out. Someone they can literally copy XFL 2020. They cannot.
And listen, I think XFL 2020 had some mistakes.
Exactly. They were not on time with things as well. They kind of had to rush it, but it didn't seem like it because we got to have the season, right? So because we had the season, we got some of the things done. Remember, they were trying to figure out everything with this ticket stuff too. And then they were putting this app together. Remember the XFL app? They were trying to go on the same lines of what Charlie's League did with theirs, but better. And they still had some kinks that they had to work out. Understood. I understand. Put that comment up. I understand. It was 95%.
Look.
Great.
Oh, hold on. This is what our show, right? This is what our show is about. For you fans to come on and air your grievances. This is what this show is about. It's for you fans to come on and air your grievances live. We are the only live show that does this. That's it. So it's for you guys. And sometimes we get in trouble and we don't care, but we'll take the backlash.
We'll take the heat for you because I surely did. Yeah, it's exactly right here with Sandy says they have to put the spin on these things. So they're going to bake the cookies differently from what they did back in 2020.
Right. Come November 1st, we're getting our second round of batch of cookies. We are getting them. We're getting our three local activation events, right?
And we know everybody's going to hate on it. Everybody. Like anybody detractors.
Let me ask you this. Oh, gotta love the fans. Gotta love the fans. Let me ask you this, though, Arlington. So they are doing.
Hey, that has been our MO since we started this show.
That's been our MO with this entire management with the XFL. They are slow baking cookies like there ain't no tomorrow.
Like they put them suckers on 200 degrees and let them just sit in the oven.
Exactly.
Just let them sit there. Just say warm and then just go.
Andrew, I think that the XFL, I think what we all see with the XFL app will be kind of what we saw in 2020. But I think differently, what we'll see is we'll see all that content they're putting out there. That we'll see all the content that they're putting out there, that Player 54 thing that they've been recording. We'll be able to get our season tickets. But back to the local activation events. Look, we have Russ Brandon here. No, not even preheating the oven. You're right. They have not. No, they didn't preheat the oven. That's why it's taking so long for these cookies to cook.
They put the cookies. They just went ahead and put the cookies in and then just put it on 200.
We're gonna put it on 200. Let it. Brett goes. Those cookies are so damn burnt. They look like miniature tires. Some of them probably are because it's been a while. They can't afford another delay. People are kicking. Michael, listen. Guarantee you're getting a kickoff in February of 18. Guarantee, or in February 18.
I have to agree, man. Because listen, they are all a watchful eye. All right.
Richard Jackson, are those cookies going to burn? Yeah, they might, but hey, but that's what you guys are here for. Trust us. When we I'll go back to the first 5 minutes of the show on Tuesday. Arlington made a comment about how they're not using the social media enough. And we got a response, and Arlington had to make an apology. That's all we're going to say. If you want to watch it, go back and watch it. It's the first 5 minutes of the show. Go back and watch it. So, yes, time is not running out because if you really look at it, everything is starting to line up. You guys know we've been very critical about the XFL. Well, I have said from day one that they are behind schedule. Well, now if you look, are they really behind schedule, Arlington? Like I said, 5 days away, we have our first local activation events. Again,
right. To say that they are behind from because everybody wants to keep making that comparison to 2020. Of course they're late. Of course. But they are going to do these things at their own pace. And a lot of people just not having it. And guess what? I hate to break it to you fans. They don't care that they're being late. They don't care.
450 million followers.
But they're going to get it done.
Yeah.
That's the thing that people are not wanting to grasp. They're going to get it done.
In their own sweet time.
Exactly. And so now it may seem like they're going to be running around with their heads, like chickens with their heads cut off. But they are going to put this production together. And yes, correct. Throw that comment up, the last comment right there. It does take a lot to get a league going, right? And they have to prove that they can create a competitive product. Here's the thing. Are they really going to be competing against the USFL? Because if that was the case, they would be starting at the same time that the USFL would be in April.
Look, here's the good thing. What Mike says. We got to get Mike on the show one day because this dude really knows his shite.
Mike be there. It's just that he works. He works.
He's over. He's somewhere else too.
And this is also for a guy that plays too. He has played in certain leagues as well.
Right. Look, and I have a feeling this is the way the app is going to be. This is the way the app is going to be. We
did too, Mike. We went to XFL games.
Yeah, I think that's the way the app is going to be, like what Michael said. Look, let's really look at it.
As a matter of fact, Dirty, did we not go to 3 games?
No, I went. Yeah, I went to 2 because remember I got sick with COVID.
I was the one that went to 3 games. Okay.
Yes, I got sick with COVID. You know,
we were at week 1 with the Battlehawks and Dallas in Arlington.
Yep, and then we were DC.
The other game, the New York game versus St. Louis, the first game, and then we went to the Dragons against St. Louis.
I didn't go to the Dragons.
I went to that one.
Yeah, because I had COVID. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Dany in her Axios meeting said the model that we are using for the XFL is the model that her and Dwayne used to make the Rock who he is today. So think about that. They've been business. They were married. Now they're business partners. The Rock became literally in the Attitude Era of wrestling. If you watched it, there were 2 superstars: Stone Cold Steve Austin and Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Interchange at number 1. Interchange.
25-year relationship between the 2.
Yes, they were there. They were there when XFL 1 was there, because Dany talked about it, how she was involved in XFL 1. She said, oh, Mike's in Ocala. Oh, I love Ocala. My father-in-law used to live there. Love Ocala. Well, my God, I'll be coming down to Ocala because you're not very far from Orlando for a game. So, yeah. So, we'll hit you up for a Battlehawks game when you're in town. But she was going to be involved in XFL 2.0.
Yeah.
Rock were. She says this in her interview that she did with Axios. Said that they were going to be involved in it, but they had too much going on. Right? So she said the model plan that I use to build The Rock and who he is the model plan we are using to build the XFL. Now, if that don't tell you something, Arlington, like you said, a 25-year business relationship these two have had. They were married. They have a child together. They are a divorced married couple, but yet she is still his business partner. What does that say? What does that say?
Hey, honestly, that means everything. I know that's a personal matter and whatnot, but still for them two to work together at such a high level, because they're not working at menial stuff. Like we had Black Adam, right? Think about it. Right now, when it comes to them two, they got Black Adam out. And they were making sure that
$69 million, the biggest DC opening for any movie.
So that's the relationship right there. And she said even in the meeting that the bankruptcy got to where they are right now. The XFL bankruptcy in 2020. And she wanted to be, and that was the other little nugget that she kind of threw out there. Nobody really, if you really been following everything, I mean, that means you genius, but you couldn't have known without shadow of a doubt that she was part of XFL 1. You couldn't have known that. No freaking way.
The documentary that they did about the XFL, that this is the XFL. But you know what we haven't done in a minute, Arlington?
What's that?
We haven't done what this show is called. It's the X Fan Show, Afternoon Delight, with myself, Dirty, the professional, and the unprofessional. That's you. That's you.
I'm the unprofessional today?
Yeah, who got in trouble? Me or you?
I'm the unprofessional today. Okay.
You can find us on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, all of that good stuff. But no, I literally was shocked that when she announced that she was part of.
Yes, like you couldn't have told me that. Like it hit me in the face so quick, and I almost didn't even realize I got hit.
You're right. You're like, what the hell?
Did you just say that?
Yeah, I had to go back on it just to see
that she said that, right?
Yeah,
that was the thing, though.
Yeah,
and her and Gerry Cardinale both sat there. They were mentioning like the biggest thing, and it may not seem nothing to the fans, but data is the biggest thing that they talk about. And shout out to Flimlow Raps. I know we've been wanting to get him on this show for quite some time, But he had made an interesting observation that everybody has already kind of seen, and he was mentioning about the USFL as well, is that 38% of the American population love football.
Well, and I mean, Gerry said that too in the interview.
Talked about the stat, right?
Yeah.
So that means football is like that. People still want to see football, even on a spring scale. And even it was a writer, Paul Newberry, out of the AP, Associated Press, that sat there and said that these spring leagues need to be done. That's not necessarily the case. And the reason why we got people love year-round football. They want it every single day if they could get it.
I listen, I think you agree. I mean, I know that I've talked off show before with Brett, who is a huge guy that lives in Alabama, who is a huge college football fan. He's been a little critical about the XFL as late, but he still, says he's going to support it, which he probably will. He was a big USFL fan and stuff like that. I mean, look, Amanda, here goes Amanda chiming in. Oh, great. Amanda joins us today. Year-round football. That's what people want. I mean, as much as I love baseball, Arlington, I know me and you are more baseball guys, but shit, I mean, football has taken over. Football has taken over.
And that's been crazy as kept. That's been for the last almost 60 years that has been the case.
Yeah, I mean, it's been that way for a while now.
Since the incorporation of the Super Bowl, football has been the number one sport.
You're pretty much right, Arlington. Now let's get back to what I was saying though about these town halls, right? Okay. Oh, here comes the spammer again.
Jesus.
We're gonna take that person out.
Okay.
There you go. Sorry. Oh, fine. I can try to get us again. We'll just do that.
Hey, but here's a comment right here before you jump back into the.
Go ahead.
Before we jump back in topic, this is what Mike's saying over at Player 54 podcast. I don't think the XFL needs to compete with the USFL. I agree with that. And they said if the XFL were to put their name on the Birmingham Stallions, there would be loads of people packing Protective Stadium.
Right. Yeah. Now look here.
If they brought the Birmingham Bolts back.
I don't think that they are going to try to compete with the USFL, because here's the simple reason why. XFL season is slated to end in April.
Correct.
And if I'm not mistaken, USFL starts in the beginning of April.
Correct.
So we have a little bit of an overlap, but I don't think they're not here to compete. I mean, you heard what Gerry said. He goes, we're not here to compete with the NFL. We can't compete with the NFL. Nobody can compete with the NFL.
That's what was the craziest thing to me.
But
when they made mention of that, and shout out to Dan Rymack, that was literally grilling Gerry and Dany on them questions. They weren't no softball questions either.
No, but what he did say, Arlington, is we are the G League for the NFL.
It's like he said it without saying it, because he said that the NFL had no G League, so and they were going to be the league that deemed the opportunity for them to get there. So he didn't say it. He didn't say it, but it's like he said.
Michael, is the goal not to compete? Yes, Gerry said the goal was not to compete with the NFL, but is it an entirely different type of football? Is it?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, there are some difference.
But here's my thing, though, with that.
Okay, go ahead.
Remember this partnership with the NFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is not going to be just about the players.
Nope.
It's going to be about the game itself.
Exactly.
Which it, and Dirty, I was very unhappy with that assessment, right?
You were?
Because they're going to take little things, implement, and try to put them into the NFL game. It's basically, somebody said this. I think it was the Reddit. I think it was the Reddit XFL, basically saying it was going to be an NFL training ground for new rules and stuff.
Oh, here's a good one. Personally, I don't know of any other league taking so long to start. They're using the XFL 2020 as a blueprint, and they've also learned from the failed leagues. from partnerships to promotions to being financially stable for the years to come. I don't know what else Dwayne, Dany, Gerry can do for everyone. From everyone I've talked to in Australia, Germany, Mexico, Japan, year-round American football is at its all-time highest. I agree. And Mike, and here's what I'm thinking why they are taking so long with this, is they are wanting to build, like you said, the financial stability for years to come. I think that's what they're trying to do. That's why they've taken so long. Like I've said, November 1st, the second batch of cookies come out. Here in St. Louis, we are getting this XFL president, Russ Brandon. Then we're also getting Coach Beck. Now, they are doing Orlando and Arlington. And it also says the XFL and Coach Terrell Buckley would invite you to wherever it is, right? It didn't say. It just said. So I'm speculating that if you're in Orlando, Mike, you're in Ocala, who lives in that area by you? Dany Garcia. So I wouldn't be surprised if Dany shows up in Orlando. And then, I mean, The Rock, I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up with Bob Stoops in Arlington, because he is in the Texas area an awful lot now.
Yeah, of course, because headquarters is in Arlington now. So
not just that either.
They're with Six Flags over in Arlington.
Yep. Like I said, he might be neighbors to a certain individual that has a really popular wrestling podcast.
If I'm not mistaken, don't DC work with Six Flags on their rides?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Look, we have 3 more the following week, so don't be surprised if we don't see all of those guys at those cities. And
exactly. Don't make it seem like it ain't coincidental.
All right,
they made Arlington, Texas their home when you know that Six Flags is the home in Arlington, Texas, and they got a partnership with the same group that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is also a part of.
Well, if you think
connecting,
and if you think about it, because it's cheaper to fly out of Arlington, Texas. Andy Gonzalez brings up a good point. The overlap between the USFL and the XFL is 3 weeks, including the playoffs. Their main competition will be over players. You're absolutely right. It will be. But with USFL using the hub and XFL using the NFL Academy, I don't really think there's going to be a problem with players. I think both.
There's going to be a surmountable amount of players here.
Yeah. I mean, like you heard Dean Dalton talk about, the 854 players. You heard Gerry and Dany talk about player 54 to 73 on NFL teams that are drafted that don't make it.
53 to 75.
Yeah, those are the players they're going to get them. Those are the people they're going to. And then look, here's what I'm saying. The very last one we're going to see is going to be Vegas. And now back to what Brett had said earlier. Hold on, Arlington. Let me go up to it real quick.
I want to get one of Mike's comments because I like it and I want to talk about it. But go ahead.
You'll be able to because Are you seeing me scrolling?
No.
Oh, well then scroll to yours.
Oh, I got it.
Okay, click it up. I just want to put the thing about what Brett said here.
Okay. So this comment here is about, I don't think that the NFL can take NFL can take XFL rules. What you mean they can't?
If they got if they can?
If they wanted to, they can take that 1 foot rule and use that in the NFL. I mean, in the NFL, they can take that rule from the XFL and put it in the NFL. They could take the kickoff rule and use that in the NFL if they want to. They could take the 1, 2, 3 point rule after every touchdown and utilize that in the NFL if they want to.
There are some teams in the NFL that actually need that rule because some of their kickers aren't very good.
Hey, man, listen. You know what? And honestly, I'm just gonna throw a little small nugget that they should do is they should make a 4-point field goal.
Ooh.
Anything past 50 should be worth 4 points.
Ooh, I like that. Now here, Brett says, but when are we getting the team names and everything else, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, we ain't getting them on November 1st. We ain't getting them on November 2nd. We're not getting them on November 8th. and we're not getting them on November 9th. What have we all been told? And if you go by the XFL's calendar that they even put out themselves, right? The draft, if you follow the dates, the draft would be on November 16th. Coach Beck said it on this show. Mike Mitchell has reported it that the draft is going to be November 16th and November 17th in Vegas. Look, everybody knows, like I said, I've been critical of Mike Mitchell. Me and Bert have talked about it. Arlington, but I have to say, how many times has Mike Mitchell been right? 95% of the time, is he not?
Pretty much so.
Coach Bob Stoops said it on his weekly podcast last week. The draft, November 16th, 17th in Las Vegas. When you think about it, people, think about it. How great would it be for the number one? This is the XFL draft. Thank you for joining us here in Las Vegas. The number one pick is the XFL San Antonio Yellow Bellies, and they pick Ryan Willis. Now you have your team names. And they got the Vegas Outlaws with the second pick. Pick the A-Train Arlington Lane. The third pick, the Seattle Anchors pick Brandon Silvers. The St. Louis Helicopters.
Here you go with that.
Actually,
crap.
No. The St. Louis
Archers,
because that's what the team name's going to be. The St. Louis Archers take De'Eric King.
Like, okay, so what's your point? If you're going
to announce team names and everything, why not do it at your draft? Why not do your draft and your logo? This is a production company.
I see that.
They are a production company. Arlington, riddle me this.
Riddle me what?
Who do they have a TV deal with?
ESPN.
Welcome to ESPN Television. We are hosting the XFL 2023 draft live from Las Vegas. The first pick is the Vegas Outlaws, and here's their uniform. And guess what happens? Boom. The merch shop opens, and all of the gear's there.
Hey, I like Mike's comment. I want to win the Powerball jackpot so you can own an XFL team.
They are still looking for 45.
Hey, you can own quite a few at this point, not all of them. So, as that jackpot continues to grow, those that are getting tickets, good luck to you all.
Look, and you heard in the interview with Dany, she said,
"Oh man,
The Rock is done. The Rock is done with Black Adam." And again, I eat crow because 4 weeks ago, I said that the XFL and Dany, I said The Rock and Dany has ghosted the XFL. And what did I say, Arlington? What day did I say, though? I said, we will find out if the Dany and The Rock are still involved with the XFL on October 26th. Did I not say that?
You said that the Axios event would let you know.
I did say that, right? So I was right there.
But you said that they ghosted when I told you.
Wait, I was.
They would never leave. That they weren't leaving.
Right. I painted a picture that they were gone, that they had pretty much given up on the league.
And
right?
I told you the reason that it was going down because they was focused on Black Adam. So please, use your turn.
Wrong.
I'm going to shut up and you speak now.
I was wrong. I had said that we would find out on October 26th how much The Rock and Dany are involved. And apparently they have been very involved in the league.
Thank you.
They ghosted the league back on July 24th at the town hall.
Thank you.
So, yes, I was wrong. They've been very, very involved. I wasn't wrong that they ghosted us, but I was wrong that they weren't involved with the league.
They had to ghost to have this happen. Okay?
We had a really great guest on, the good doctor on last night from Review STL and Review Kansas City. And he had broken down why The Rock was gone. Yeah, I mean, you're talking, if you didn't see it, Amanda.
Hey, he was the perfect guy He was the perfect guy. I'm not gonna lie. The Good Doctor was the perfect guy to talk to about The Rock.
Yeah,
he has and it's not an obsession, but he has a great high of
The Rock.
Yes,
yeah,
very much so.
You're absolutely.
And so if you missed that, go check that out yesterday. You can check out the show on YouTube, Twitch. You can check it out on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
It was a
our Evening Delight show. But Amanda, you're wrong. This is a movie. This is a movie to the XFL. This is a movie to Dany. This is a movie to The Rock, and this is a movie to Redbird Capital.
No, he talking about Dany's not in Black Adam. Dany is in Black Adam, just not in, like you said, not in the movie. She is very much in that movie, though. She helped put that movie together.
Right, yeah. I mean, listen, there's a very, very, for DC fans like myself, there's a very, very important scene that was filmed in secret in that movie.
that not even she knew about, though.
No, she knew about it. That's her agent. That's her client.
Oh, you don't say.
She knew about it.
You telling me 2 of her clients was in that movie?
Maybe. I don't know. All I know is one client was for sure. The Rock. I'm not spoiling anything. That's all
back to this comment here with Mike.
Yes.
I agree with this one. Promote the XFL at the
now
mid-major college ball. Mm-hmm. I would not mind.
Ooh, I like this one.
You have to make your speculation on that one.
Look, Arlington.
That's what we'll see.
I like this one right here. I'm just saying the XFL Bowl has a much better sound than the Duke's Mayo Bowl or the Cheez-It Bowl. Ooh.
Would the XFL want to participate in that? The Brahma Bowl.
Hold on. Think about it, though. What if the XFL did like one of those lower school bowl games? And called it the XFL Bowl because a lot of those lower school guys aren't going to get picked up.
No. I would love the idea, but that is for the actual game itself.
Right. Now, listen, Michael, there ain't no she is probably the brains. She is the brains.
She is the brains.
He made The Rock, literally, and The Rock has said it 100 times over and over. His ex-wife, Dany Garcia, made him who he is. This one.
You saw that? Hey, I want a cut of the money. Shoot. I want a large cut.
The Mac Daddy Bowl.
If it's the A-Train Dirty Bowl, I want a large cut of that check.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I'll put the money too.
Here's what we're going to see in less than 5 days. We're going to see the coaches. We're going to see XFL officials. Now, I'm not saying, all I know is this for sure. All I know is Russ Brandon's coming to St. Louis. That's all I know for sure, right? That's all I know. Because if you've seen the invite, it's there. Russ Brandon.
And you all can't show up.
I mean, you can. Don't mean you're going to get in.
Right. You all can't show up unless it's invite only.
If you're in San Antonio, they're having an event on December 10th from 10 to 3 at MacArthur Park. Go show up there. You know what I mean?
I got my invite for that.
Yeah, you do. You know, listen, it's gonna be an exciting next few weeks. I mean, literally the next 3 weeks for the XFL world is going to be huge. When you're talking, what?
And you know something? Guess who's getting more attention?
What? That's true. The X. Amanda wants to know about a draft party.
We don't know yet.
We'll talk about that on a later show.
Like next week, maybe.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about a draft party on a later show. We'll talk about that on a Wednesday show.
Exactly, Sandy. We're getting to hear more news.
Yeah.
And as the digital content is going to start ramping up,
more people are being hired. I mean, they just hired somebody again today on link. If you literally go to LinkedIn, LinkedIn tells you everything. They just hired somebody in Seattle. You saw it on LinkedIn. I forgot the person's name, but they hired him in Seattle. Then they just hired another guy to as a senior manager in tickets. Yes, yesterday. that works under Jason Ganella now. I mean, the people are being out there. Like I said, we literally got in trouble because we weren't paying attention and a digital media person was hired. And we bashed the digital media person. Or the digital media content of the XFL. And they just hired a bunch of people for the digital media content.
And I get where everybody's gripe is that
it's all on LinkedIn. Go on LinkedIn. Everything's
I get the gripes because I griped about it too. That everything is not according to plan. And they looking at you, the league is looking at you like, yeah, we are. We got it with everything according to plan. And
all right, here, I'm making speculation. Ready? You ready, Arlington?
You got another one?
I'm speculating ticket prices will be comparable to 2020. But don't be surprised if the venues they're in are fully opened venues. That's my speculation. I'm done.
Okay.
Look, Michael, here. We've talked about it. When I painted the picture of the XFL and Dany and The Rock ghosting the XFL, remember, the XFL said they had 45%. They're looking for 45% of investors, right? Who's not to say that Disney didn't buy that other 45%? You know what I'm saying? Who's to say that they didn't?
Should I put that comment at the bottom?
I will. Andrew, they just all hired him Monday. Literally, go back to listen to the first 5 minutes of the show, and we will tell you why we've been so on the social media. Go back and listen to the first 5 minutes of this show. You'll know why. They literally just all got hired this on Monday. The whole entire digital content group got hired Monday. League-wide. I'm talking the league digital content people for all 8 cities got hired on Monday. That's why Arlington got in trouble.
Yeah, and I understand Artie was not expensive.
No, I mean, listen, Arlington, we bought our season tickets for $500 for all 5 games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't expensive. It wasn't. And I'm giving you the speculation because it's going to be the same way. Look, my favorite person.
You would have to do that. You would literally have to do that for the simple fact of, Dirty, that they didn't finish the season because of COVID, right? So you got to take what you did from that and you got to implement it again.
Right.
It would just make sense.
Denzel Vance says, I think that Disney does own part of the league. I don't know. I just know that maybe they do. I just know that there was 45% up. Andrew goes, shouldn't they have been hired months ago? There were people hired months ago, but this is a constantly moving thing. Listen, I can guarantee you this, guys. When kickoff comes, you guys are definitely going to want to tune in to one of those 2 shows because me and Arlington, we're going to have a very, very fun show on certain things. If you guys really pay attention, Arlington, I'm going to let another cat out of the bag, Arlington. Hopefully I don't get in trouble. No, you're right. Oh, now look, the good doctor says to his knowledge, Disney has no ownership of the league as of right now.
And I'm not surprised that they don't.
Right, yeah.
Because I think right now they want to see how it goes first. They're not going to take the same type of leap that Fox did with the USFL.
No. And I mean, that's kind of what Dany said. I mean, they kept.
We got to talk about that at the end of the night. That could be a good thing to end the show with.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. Actually, if you guys want to start putting your comments in, me and Arlington will go on this one. But if you guys want to start putting your comments in, go for it right there. Mike asked, who is the better quarterback, PJ or TH?
No, just the better alum, not the quarterback.
The better alum, PJ or TH. So start putting your guys' stuff in there. Jeremy says this, they will have broadcasting, and like I said last night, watch for streaming. Yes, and we've been saying it. That's exactly what we've been saying it. So that's what we've been saying for months.
Oh, no question. They're going to have streaming. Oh, man. They're not going to let that pass you by.
And Andrew goes, I would have to let them keep my money just to keep my seat. And look, surprised. Don't be surprised if you don't see a seating event thing where they bring the fans in to pick your seat. Like, remember, it was before they called you. Don't be surprised if they don't come in and say, hey, we're giving 100 people and they have a lineup. Here it is. Come pick your seat. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So don't be surprised if they don't do an event like that. This is the XFL, man. And I know that Dany said they were all about the fans and all of that stuff, right? I know that it didn't feel like they were for the fans. I mean, we've been saying it for months on this show. You guys have been saying it much for all this time on this show. But Arlington, after watching the XCO event, I think they really have been there and been for the fans. They're just waiting to put the stuff out.
Exactly. And it's just like, it's like, well, why you have to wait for it? Because everything got to be put in place.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to put it out into a big spectacle.
Mm-hmm.
And once that happens, I guarantee you that all that hate that you had, the fans I'm talking about, I ain't talking about the media. I care less about what the media say. I can care less about what any detractors would say. But when the fans themselves, when they see it, they're going to be so over it. They're going to be saying, take my money, 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 take my money.
Exactly. I agree.
All right. I see in the comments, remember you mentioned about the PJ and Taylor thing.
I'll put it back up. All right. So, I mean, hey, a lot of people are chiming in.
Yeah.
A lot of people are chiming in. So, Mike wants to know, a better XFL alumni. Jeremy Housewright or JM says PJ is more marketable. Okay. Sandy, of course, she's going to say Tyler. Or Taylor. I get that. Michael says Taylor is. I feel that the XFL should have offered Taylor a deal if my Washington Commanders don't sign him to a long-term deal. Okay. PJ is because he actually played on the XFL field. Okay. Jeremy, well, and then Michael says, but I feel he should have played for the Defenders this time. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
House says Tyler will not be back in the XFL.
Yeah, I don't think Taylor coming back.
I don't think so either. So, Arlington, you want to go first or you want me to go first?
I think right now my guy is considering it, I gotta go by what I think it was what Andrew said. Considering that he actually played on the XFL field, I gotta go with PJ Walker.
Okay.
Because his story is it's still great to hear. And I understand Taylor's situation. PJ got a chance to work with Andrew Luck over at, he got recommended in the XFL. Played over at Temple with his former coach, Matt Rule. Granted, Matt Rule is no longer part of the Panthers coach. But it's like the story that he had, and probably had one of the best games as as a former XFL quarterback. And if you saw the last throw that he had, the last touchdown throw in that game, it was pretty fantastic if you ask me. And it has it's a wonderful story behind it. And I didn't see anything on Taylor's end, like video wise. But you saw this for sure.
Walker fires, caught, touchdown, Tommy Tremble.
That was courtesy of the NFL.
That, right?
Yeah.
That's courtesy of the Panthers. And then you saw, after the game was over, you saw this.
Recognize one guy right now. PJ with the game ball. Hey, great job, defense. Y'all went out there and shut them the down. Offense, way to run the ball. Special teams, y'all did y'all job today, man. Y'all made every play y'all needed to. Hey, together on three.
Courtesy of the NFL, and thank you, NFL, for blocking now This is so we apologize. This is a family show, and PJ Walker might have said a few choice words.
But my thing is with that, you showcase a guy such as PJ Walker, and that's good for your league.
See, like somebody says, Mike says right here, the XFL really needs to figure out how they're going to keep their players long term. And then Sandy says it right here. It's not about a long term. It's about getting them to the NFL.
And that argument we're going to have as
we'll have that as the season goes on.
Yeah, exactly. When the XFL really start kicking off, and we start seeing some of these players and how they're playing and whatnot, we'll see. We'll talk later on about long-term stuff.
Right now, me between what? Oh, we took the question down. Where's it at? I forgot what it was because somebody went long-winded.
I'm sorry.
We are now in overtime here on the X Fan Show Afternoon Delight with your two esteemed co-hosts, myself, Dirty, and the troublemaker next to me, Arlington Lang. You can find us on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff. A better XFL alum, PJR Taylor. I'm going to go to one more comment right here, and this is going to kind of answer what I'm going to say right here. Look at all your popular quarterbacks right now. PJ fits that mold. You're right. Let's really look at them. Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. What are they, Arlington?
They're not mobile They are mobile quarterbacks. I'm sorry. They know how to move around in the pocket.
They are mobile quarterbacks. What did we see from PJ Walker when he was in the XFL?
Oh, he could get on the run. Oh, my man could get on the run.
He could move it. Look, House Wright says it right here.
The mobile gunslingers.
He's a mobile gunslinger, and that's what all of those guys are. I mean, look, Aaron Rodgers, when he started, he was a mobile gunslinger.
He still is. He still is at the end of the day.
Daniel Jones.
He's a mobile gunslinger.
Mobile gunslinger. Who's the kid? Jalen Hurts. Mobile gunslinger. What's up, Jimmy? Jalen Hurts, mobile gunslinger. Justin Fields. Look what Chicago did. They said, okay, Jalen, here you go. Do your thing. Sandy, you're right. Taylor never got a chance in the XFL. You're absolutely right. Look, okay, right here. Amanda says, that's a risk with the mobile moving because you're going to get hurt faster. You're absolutely right. I mean, right here, my guy. I mean, Jalen Hurts in Philly is going to be the next big star of the NFL. I agree. Kids play great. Justin Fields in Chicago, my team. What is he? A mobile gunslinger. PJ was unequivocally. Okay, I'm going to put it like this. The only reason why Taylor Heineke got to the NFL and got to be the backup in DC was because of who the coach was. Because he had ties with that coach. That's it. Okay? I mean, we had Kurt Hunzinger on here saying that Taylor had the better arm of the three quarterbacks. Right?
Yep.
Okay? We knew Taylor was going to be good. Okay? But unequivocally, PJ was the MVP of 2020.
I hate even saying it, but it's true.
He had they were the only team 5-0. They are the uncrowned champs of the XFL 2020, the Houston Roughnecks were. PJ Walker, I mean, they had one of the most prolific, right here. Trey Lance, a broken gunslinger.
You God almighty.
It is true. God, you guys are
mean.
I mean, right here.
Mean.
Mr. Smith says it right here. He was mobile, but definitely was looking to pass. Yes, he was. I mean, look, hey, I mean, me and Arlington fight about this all the time about Kyler Murray because Arlington loves Kyler Murray, and I'm not a fan of Kyler Murray.
But yeah, and that's the thing. The XFL is considered the underdog.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Because if that's the case, we look at and I got to mention him, Cavante Turpin over in with Dallas.
Yeah, look, PJ is by far right now, if you look at it, right now, the better of the two. Now, that could change next week. I mean, PJ Walker could go out and throw 4 interceptions, throw 17,000 touchdown passes. But if you go as of right now, okay, you go as of today, it's PJ Walker.
Hey, who put PJ Walker on their fantasy team right now?
I didn't.
Who put Taylor Heineke on their fantasy team right now? Because some of y'all are going to need a starting quarterback this week. Right. And I'm about ready to give up on Justin Herbert. I'm so about ready to give him up.
I got Geno Smith, and boy, is he doing good.
Exactly. I got Geno on the bench, and look what he's doing.
Yeah. Hey, look right here. XFL Town Hall at Texas. Okay, I'm going to take that down because we're not supposed to say where it's at. But yeah. Tuesday. XFL. Bob Stoops. Yes, don't be surprised if a special guest shows up.
Yeah, yes, Vince. He does have more playoff wins. And he got 2 wins. No, he got 1 against Tom Brady.
But PJ has beaten Tom Brady not once, but twice, and has also beaten Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm saying, as of right now, if you had to tell me by this week who to pick, I'm picking PJ Walker. Again, like I said, next week, Mike, you should come back on and ask the question. Next week, it could be Tyler Heineke. Don't know. Am I right?
Who are the Commanders playing this week?
I don't know.
Bye week. No, they got the Colts this week.
Who does?
Washington.
Okay, and then who does
the Panthers have?
Who does Carolina have? Carolina
Falcons.
Has.
Ooh. Hey, and that division is so bad, right now. It's funny to me.
They're both playing crap teams. So we're the next week, at the end of the Thursday show, our Tuesday show.
I'm hoping for big numbers for both of them.
Who is the better XFL alumni?
We'll definitely we'll know about that next week.
Jimmy, here's what I'm going to tell you. Tune in Monday, because I don't think we're really going to get any kind of.
Do a show Monday?
No. Tune in next Tuesday in the afternoon at 11 o'clock Central Daylight Savings Time, because I don't think we're going to get an announcement. Is all you guys think we are? I'm telling you, look, I'm speculating the next big announcement when we're going to hear team names and team logos is going to be November 16th. That's when you're going to get your team names and team logos at the draft. With that being said,
hey, Halloween is coming. Make sure y'all stay safe.
You guys, have a safe day, guys. And I also want to say this: I started a new thing today with my job. Some of you guys might know. Unfortunately, somehow I drive children around on a school bus. Jimmy, you can predict it all you want, but I'm just telling you, November 16th is when you're going to find out everything. And yes, Amanda, we are going to talk about the draft party. But anyways, I want to do something, and I want to challenge all of you people something right now. I told the kids on my bus, from a new rule on my bus. I have 3 simple rules. Now I added a 4th one. Go out and say something nice to somebody today. You never know. You might change that person's day. You might make that person have a better day. Just one thing a day. Just say one nice thing a day to somebody. That's all you got to do. Do one nice thing for somebody today. And do it every day. That's all I want you guys to do. And with that being said, I am Dirty here at the X-Fan Show, Afternoon Delight Live, with my partner in crime, the one who loves to get in trouble.
Whatever.
I'm just saying, who got in trouble? Who got called out?
Whatever.
Who got called out?
The A-Train, Arlington Lane got called out.
We will be back with you guys next. What day will that be? Oh, God.
That'll be November the 1st.
Ooh. And Arlington Wednesday show is going to be a big one. A big one.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one.
Somebody that's going to the happy hour here in St. Louis.
Oh, shut up.
Don't we? She might be watching this show right now.
Shut up.
I didn't say I was going. I didn't get an invite. I just know somebody watching this show did get an invite.
Yeah.
And I know she's going. Jimmy, here. I'm telling you, Jimmy, I love you. I love Jimmy. Love Jimmy. Look at that.
Amanda, you got money for me to come home?
He goes, mark my words, Tuesday night. Mark my words, November 16th. With that being said,
You got money for me to come home, Amanda? Because I'll come. You just cash out me the money and I'll make my way.
Arlington, next Tuesday is going to be a big day because we're going to have to talk about the town halls that were done in Orlando, Dallas, and St. Louis. Am I right?
No?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be the following week.
No, dog. November 1st is next week. Our next show is November 2nd.
No, our next show is November 1st.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be before the
You're
town
right.
hall
You're
begins.
right. My bad. Dirty's an idiot. Okay. With that, then end us, man. I'm done talking. End us.
Thank you.
End the show.
I appreciate it. Thanks for everyone to tune in this week on this edition of the X-Fan Show Afternoon Delight. Hey, y'all. Make sure you go and follow us on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, whatever. That's where we are. All right. We'll continue to bring you some of the best news, rumors, and all that jazz, because that's what we do here. And hey, have a safe Halloween, and make sure that you standing tall and being straight. We out of here. All right. Catch y'all next week. Did you take me out already, man? Like for real? Huh? Seriously? God damn.